Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TinyBlueGames. My name, of course, is Seesaw Chris, and today we're talking about Path of Exiles. Now, this is a game that I had heard a bit about and I had actually downloaded before, but never really sunk my teeth into. But over the years, it's gotten a lot of updates, and a lot of people on my channel have been saying, hey, you've got to try this game out. You've got to try it out. It's awesome. So I was like, yeah, let's sit down and give it a good old try. So before I get into this, I just want to give you a bit of a background. I've never really played this game that much before. But I've also never really played action RPGs that much before. I've never played Diablo or anything like that. So it kind of gives me a very unique perspective coming into this, especially if you're, a viewer who's never played one either, of what I liked, what I didn't like. I kind of want to talk about that. Now, this isn't really going to be a deep dive as I haven't played it enough to give a deep dive. This isn't a review of the game or anything like that. This is my first impressions as someone who is picking up the game for the first time, picking up this genre for the first time, and really, saying what I like and dislike about it. And don't get me wrong, this game is great. This game is absolutely excellent. It offers so much interesting things to do, and it's free, which is crazy. So when I say things I don't like, I mean these are like little things that irritate me right now, but are definitely not any reason to stop playing the game. So with that in mind, let's get into a brief pros and cons list of Path of Exile. So I guess it's only really fair to start by talking about the main reason I haven't played this game much up till, this weekend. And the primary reason is the idea of it being click to move. Now, this has been a very big sticking point to me with other games in the past. For instance, League of Legends. I've had a lot of friends who love it and a lot of people who, it's obviously a great game. It's hugely popular, but I've never been able to really appreciate it because I've just been so against the click to move aspect. And I think a large part of this is that I haven't really experienced many click to move games throughout my my gaming history. I've always stuck to games that have, controllers or very much mouse or very much keyboard, I guess, and mouse to navigate with WASD and stuff like that. I've never done the click to move, and it's always, I don't know. I've appreciated why it's a good thing and offers a unique way to move around the screen. I've just always felt that it would be limiting in terms of what you can do. And don't, rage in the comments. I know that's wrong because I know there's a lot of cool skills and mechanics that only work because of click to move. So I do understand that. It is the one thing that was turning me off. Now, upon a deeper dive and examination of a lot of skills in Path of Exiles and watching some videos myself, obviously the click to move is used really well in this game. They have a lot of skills that work super well with your mouse to help aim it really quick. A lot of teleports work super well because of the, it goes to where your mouse is and sort of allows you to very seamlessly teleport quickly around the map, especially once you're very used to it. And I think that is the big thing for this. Is that once you get used to this click to move sort of aspect of the game, it becomes a lot easier. And I'm pretty excited about that because I feel like once I'm used to click to move in this game, I can actually go back and look at some of these other games that I'd shied away of because of this and really reevaluate them with my new appreciation. So if this was kind of a barrier to entry for you, and I don't know how much that is for other people, let me know in the comments below. Has click to move turned you off of games before? Is that a big thing for you? Or I mean, contrarily, there's probably people out there who just love click to move, and that's actually something they look for in games. And I think it is just very much based off how you started. Like, for instance, I never played RuneScape either, and RuneScape had a very click to move thing at the start too. So if you started with that as your main online game, you probably are more comfortable with click to move, and it was a harder transition going to the WASD keyboard kind of thing. But yeah, I'm interested to know how you guys feel about that. But that's my first. And that's a complaint I have about the game. It's not even a complaint. It's just like a difference in the game that I have. Now, one of the absolute highlights of this game for me is the amount of different skills, builds, and different ways to play the game. It feels like a universe of different possibilities, and there's so much freedom, especially if you're, playing just casually by yourself, which, let's be honest here, we're a channel of casual gamers. There's people here who just go to have fun, as crazy as that sounds. It's a really great game for that. There's so much build craft available. I mean, obviously you can go online and look up good builds and stuff like that, but for myself, for the first while here, I've just been exploring the talent tree and the characters and the skills and playing with what sounds fun and switching it up on the go and stuff like that. Some of my characters, I've had a preset sort of, I'm just going to do fire damage and it's going to be as much fire damage as I can possibly put into someone. But other people, I kind of go with one skill for a while and then I stumble upon this weapon or this skill and I'm like, oh, this would be cool. Let's try and build more around that. And it really offers a lot of fun. Now, this is just the best part of the game, is just the amount of choice there is. I mean, obviously you start with the different classes, but it's a lot more free than a lot of games where, when you choose a class, you're kind of locked down to these skills and these three talent trees, but maybe even just one talent tree or something like that. Whereas in this game, your class kind of just starts you in a different segment of the talent tree and gives you some, building stat points and stuff like that. It shapes the way you're going to build your character, but it's certainly free. You can customize what kind of weapons you want to use, where you want to go on the talent tree and stuff like that. And that's actually a big thing, is I think when I'm playing on a character and I, explore the talent tree in one direction for a while, I'll stumble upon a really cool talent and I'm like, oh, this would be so cool on this other character. And then I'm like, all right, let's try and plot a way to get through the talent tree to over to this side. And it's just a really cool thing. And, this is completely negating the idea of any kind of speed runs and stuff like that, which brings a whole nother level to the talent tree when you're, competing against people, trying to find the best build, the best way to clear a specific map or a specific instance or something like that. When you're, taking into consideration mob density and how fast you can teleport and stuff like that, it really offers a lot of customization. And for me, that's a really fun thing because it's fun to play with, but it's also fun, just sitting watching TV or sitting at your desk at work, kind of build crafting in the back of your mind. You're all of a sudden like, oh, I wonder if I could do this or something like that. It's really fun to have those games that make you think about the game. And the issue with this is that it makes it seem like it's a super complicated thing for new players. For instance, when I first opened the skill tree, I was like, oh my God. I was like, what am I going to do with this? But it's just realizing how easy it is to make a new character and sort of learn from your mistakes, right? So you make your first character and you really explore the talent tree a bunch, and you know that it's not going to be perfectly optimized or anything like that. I think that's a good way to start. And then once you've learned your lessons and where you want to go, where you don't want to go in the talent tree, you could really bring it in and narrow your scope for the second characters and third characters and fourth characters and so on. So I think it's a great system, and that's actually, I think, the top highlight of the game for me right now is how much build diversity there is. Now, the next barrier to entry for me was the idea of there not being a currency or gold or something like that that you collect. And I didn't realize that about the game before I started playing, and then eventually I go to the shops and stuff like that, and I'm like, how do I buy stuff? What do I do? And you realize then that it's, you're trading in items for these other items that do act more like currency. Like you have scrolls that identify gear or teleport you to home and stuff like that that are more common and kind of act as a currency. But the whole idea of the game is that you're kind of trading and bartering skill or equipment and stuff like that with both the NPCs as well as players, right? And there's some elements of that I really like, and some elements that not so much I don't like, but I'm just not used to, right? In other games, you always have a gold or something like that, and it's very easy to see how much value you've accumulated. In this game, I find it very hard to understand how much value I've accumulated or which equipment pieces are worth more, especially when I kill a boss or something like that and a bunch of loot drops out. I'm like, what do I pick up? What do I not pick up? And this is further compounded by the idea that your inventory has kind of got the whole Tetris aspect where, certain items take up more space than other items. And don't get me wrong, I do understand the appeal of that, as it does sort of make you think, what do I want to pick up here? What do I not want to pick up here? It's just a lot of transition for me, coming from a lot of these games like Guild Wars 2 and stuff like that have, very generic inventory that works like most MMOs out there. This game does a lot of things differently. And I think as a new player, this is definitely a hurdle for you to get over. But once you do get past that and you do understand the reasoning behind it, because there are a lot of articles, from Grinding Gear Games or whatever, about why they have their economy like this and why they think this actually benefits players. I do understand that it offers a lot of fun, and specifically the idea of being able to trade with players for equipment. It makes it, makes equipment have a very different value and feeling in this game. So I do like it in the end, but I definitely consider that to be one of the main reasons I was hesitant to really dive into this game at the start. Now, to finish off this video, I'll get into one of the most exciting parts of this game for me, and the main reason I looked at it a while ago was that I was looking for a game that would be really fun to kind of grind in and level up and really feel progression, and this game definitely offers that. You feel growth in your character, you definitely get more powerful as you level, and most importantly for me, actually, you can go around killing monsters and doing quests level. A lot of MMOs these days that I play have kind of shied away from the whole traditional leveling feeling. It actually became a point a few years ago where all these new MMOs were like, we've gotten rid of the traditional leveling system and stuff like that, which is great. But at this point, I'm actually missing leveling. I feel like there's no point to level. In certain games like Guild Wars 2 specifically, I've lost any real satisfaction from leveling characters because I just insta-boost them to 80 right away, it feels like. Whereas in this game, it's definitely, you start at 0 and you're quite weak and you go around killing as many monsters as you can and you get a lot of skills and you get more powerful. You feel that sense of progression in this game, and I think that is such a fun thing to feel. And it's made even better by their sort of league system where every so often a new server will start with different rules and stuff like that, and it'll be a whole new race to level your characters against other people given these new rules. And it makes it so that you're trying to level as quick as you can and improve upon ways of leveling where you learned from mistakes last time. And then this really comes into play beautifully with that aspect I'd said before of build crafting and finding the perfect build to now work with these new rules and this new server and level yourself up as quick as possible. So all of that works so beautifully together in this game, and it's really given me a new appreciation of leveling again and grinding again. And grinding is used as such a bad word in MMOs. When you talk about Black Desert Online and stuff like that, people are like, oh my god, it's such a grinding game. It's such a grinding game. Well, the main reason I actually wanted to play Black Desert Online in the start was that I wanted to grind again. There's so little chance to do that in certain games, especially when it's grinding for progression and leveling and stuff like that. I think that kind of grinding is all right, especially in smaller doses where you can choose how long the grind is going to take. I think that is so much fun. And I think Path of Exile just does it so well that I have fun doing it. I can choose what character I want to make for a new grind, or if I even want to participate in, there's certain leagues that sound too grindy or too difficult for me. I just stay away from it. There's a lot of choice there. It's not like everyone is forced to do a specific grind, which is, I think, more the issue we get in with games like Black Desert. There's a lot of choice to it, which I think is just excellent. Well, there you guys go. There's a nice quick video with my sort of quick pros and cons of Path of Exiles as a new player to both the game and action RPGs. Hopefully I didn't get anything too wrong. If I did, please say so in the comments so that these new players that are watching this video can learn, and so that I myself can learn, because I think it's such a great thing to be able to share our experience, especially with such a casual community of gamers who are just trying out these games for the first time. So do feel free to share in the comments below. I would love that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and want to see me do some more Path of Exile content and really do more of a deep dive, which I think I'm going to do anyways because I'm loving this, feel free to toss this video a like and share it around. That's always very welcome. And then obviously subscribe if you guys want to see this kind of content as well as different casual gaming content on this channel. I'm always happy to have more people join us. So thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.